The soul is this beautiful expression of possibility, of expansion, of all the things that you came here to do. It's in that space of growth and accomplishment, in this aspect of we can absolutely do this. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And it's this lighting up from the inside. Leaders, successful leaders, the ones who are being called forward, are being asked to be in alignment with their soul. This is going to help them to tap into that purest form and that purest energy. Everybody to Transcendence. I am really excited to be sharing this masterclass with you. I want to remind you, it is a 2-day masterclass. So make sure, if this really speaks to you, if this is something that you really want to hear, that you feel that calling, you feel that pull, even if it's just a curiosity, that you set yourself time to really dive into this. If it resonates with you on the first time, watch it many times. You can watch it multiple times. You're going to get something out of every single time that you watch it. And there is a requirement, because the path that we're leading is very, very faded. The path that we are navigating through in life, there are a lot of things that are going to come about. As this universal energy is expanding, we are being asked to reach specific levels within inside of our own awareness, within inside of our own expertise, within inside of our own path in life. Remember, we are the path of enlightenment. Every single person is on this path. The problem is that we've separated the path from those people who are just on the path to enlightenment versus those people who are psychics. So just talking to guides, pulling tarot cards, getting an answer from dowsing rods or from pendulums in order to satisfy an ego or a fear or limitation or a lack of trust is not going to make you a successful leader of the future. Just being able to regurgitate information and not embody it, not be on that true path, is not going to be giving you that success or making you that leader of the future. I have a 100% success rate in all of my activations of psychics for one very specific reason. The path that I take, the path that you walk, the path that I lead people down, it's the path of enlightenment. It's not just the path of, do you want to talk to your guides? I'll show you how to do that. Now, can I do that? 100%. I could take anybody on this call, give me 5 minutes, maybe 10, depending on the person, and I can have you hearing your guides. That is easy. Walking people on their true path of enlightenment in order to be able to hear clearly, follow, lead, be guided, tap into energetics, be respected, and be the authority holding a pure energetic power. That takes skill, it takes practice, and it takes a deeper knowledge, and it takes a very specific path for us to walk. All of my courses, all of the things that I do in life, every single program, if you've ever taken a program with me, what's the first thing we do? Healing. The very first thing. I do not care if it's a program on content writing. I don't care if it's a program on manifesting. It's a program on talking to your guides. It is the very first thing we do because there is a very clear path forward. And I'm going to share with you what that path is right now, because it's the path that every single person needs to walk, including the leaders. And if you want to be a leader, what I'm going to share with you now is absolutely what I facilitate inside of all of my programs, inside of every single thing I teach, whether it's my membership, whether it's my foundational psychic development course, or whether it's my master level course, because the path that I'm going to show you right now is one of those paths that we do over and over and over and over again in order for mastery, in order to release the layers. One of the things I was shown early on, and I've heard other people say this as well, but I'm completely self-taught. I've not taken a single course from anybody else on psychic energy, that kind of stuff. I've taken a content writing course. I took a course on PowerPoint one time, creating a PowerPoint slides thing. I'm 100% self-taught. I'm 100% get all of my information, not from a book, not from Google, but from pure channeled energetics. And one of the things that they showed me is that very early on is they call us the onion people. It's not sexy. I'm sorry. My one client who likes sexy words. We are onion people. We have layers upon layers upon layers upon layers to get down to the core essence of who we really are. Every single time we up level, there is another layer that we get to release. Oftentimes people will say, but I already healed that. I don't need to heal that and move on, not even recognizing that there's layers upon layers upon layers upon layers that get to be explored and shed in order to reach new levels. So this process that I'm going to walk you through, and these are simplified steps in order to be able to reach that pure enlightenment. And remember, everybody's pure enlightenment path absolutely includes activation of psychic gifts. Hands down, every single person. You cannot connect deeper with your soul, which is the whole purpose of being in life, and not open up your psychic abilities. You can't. It's impossible. Your soul is an energetic force inside of you. If you are communicating with your soul, you have activated psychic abilities. Okay? So number one, this is what I teach inside my psychic development courses. It's what I teach inside all my courses, is you have to do a deep shedding of your limitations, all of your fears, and all the ways that you were programmed to conform to what people wanted you to be and do. One of the things that I will share to you, it's not my opinion, although I do have a really strong opinion about this, is the way that we are raising our children is for conformity. It's for think this way, do this way, act this way, because we want you to. Not because it's the greatest level of success. I will share with you, I am a multi-7-figure earner. I did not finish college. I left college as a freshman pregnant. I am one of the top earners in the country. Okay? In the 1%. It is not about the education you have. It is about the connection to yourself. Okay. And I did this as a young mom, as a 19-year-old mom. Okay. It is not about your education. It is about releasing the limitations, releasing the fears, releasing all of the ways that people have been asking you to step into that box, to get into the box, to do what people want you to do what everybody else is to do the right thing, to move the right way, to follow the rules. I'm not saying break the law, okay? But I have taught my children, I have great children, that you do what you feel is right. You lead from your own internal integrity, okay? Number one, you have to shed. You have to shed this stuff. This stuff not only will keep you from reaching that level of enlightenment, whatever level that you are meant to reach in this life, or you have the possibility to reach, it will also completely clog every single one of your psychic channels, and you will channel through that limitation and that clog that you have, that conformity that you have. And I see so many psychics doing this. Why? Because they rushed to find out how to communicate with their guides instead of doing the actual work. Okay. And I know a lot of psychics who do the work. A lot of psychics who do the work. Okay. Number two, you must have a strong connection to your soul, which is also what I call your intuition. I absolutely call psychic and intuitive very different things. And I'm going to tell you why. And I don't care what the definition on Google says. Okay. Google, if you Google it, I'm pretty sure you can find that there's an archangel named Carrie. It's not me. It actually doesn't exist, but some wacko thinks it does exist because they were channeling with a entity who said, I'm an archangel, my name is Carrie. You can find anything on Google. I don't really care what the descriptions of things are. I care what the energetic shows. Intuition is your ability to connect with the energetics stored within inside your body. Whether we're talking about your soul, or we're talking about the vibration of your organs, or we're talking about the cellular structure of your DNA that's been passed down from generation to generation to generation that you hold inside of you. It also absolutely can include any fragments of energetics from past lives, as well as the blueprint for your future. That's a lot of information. It also, your intuition also will include how you respond, how your body responds, how your energy responds to something outside of yourself, but it always self-focused. Always self-focused. Psychic is your ability to interpret and read the energetics outside of yourself. And I know this because when I teach people how to open and activate their psychic abilities, when I teach them how to connect with energetics, when they are channeling something, connecting, getting information from their soul, from their body, from their organs, from their DNA, from any energetics that are stored within inside their body, it looks very different. The way they process the energetics, the way the energetics moves through their filters, than when they're communicating with a spirit, communicating with a departed loved one, reading somebody else's energetics, reading the energy of a crystal or of a situation. They look totally different. So you cannot tell me they are the same thing. If energetically the energy moves differently, energy processes through the body differently and comes through different filters. So part of your process, part of this path, number 2, is absolutely 100% creating a strong connection to yourself. Now, the reason we emphasize this, because you might be like, I know, but if you're psychic, you're going to get the information. I could list out right here, right now, 50 different people that I know or that I've worked with in the past, because they don't do it anymore, that could give me incredibly accurate information from my grandma or from a departed loved one or from the reading the energetics of a crystal, or tell you what the guides had to say. And if I ask them to tell me what their soul said or what the energetics are moving in their body, they can't. They can't, because they only opened up and accessed the information in order for them to connect outside of themselves. They're not expanding and growing as a soul. And this is old school psychics. Old school psychics do not understand the purity of the energetics because they haven't been following the path. They just learned how to do something. And I know this because I worked with a lot of them, of people, famous psychics who didn't understand energetics. You must have a strong connection to your soul, which is your intuition, and the energetics within inside of your body. It's absolutely imperative, okay? The other thing is, number 3, is you must have an expansion within inside your energetics, okay? Your energetics, you know how I said the universal energetics is expanding, okay? Universal energy is growing. The frequency is raising. We're getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. As you navigate your path of enlightenment, the only way that you actually truly reach enlightenment, or any step along the way, there's plenty of steps, beautiful steps. You don't have to get to the end result, okay? Beautiful steps along the way is by raising your energetic vibration. That means you need to shift the frequency of the energetics within inside your body. What happens as you do is the physical body will start to fight that. And you will see, and I've seen people say this, and I totally disagree. Again, I will stand on anything that I teach or talk about. I've embodied. I know on every which way possible. I could speak about it forever. As you up level your energetics, your physical body is going to fight it. You can get sick. You can have aches and pains. You can have parts of your body that don't function correctly. Why? Because they're holding a lower density of energetics. Our job is, as we see that, is to adjust and heal the body, and then go back to level 1. Number 1 is shifting and shedding, so that as you're raising your vibration, your body is up leveling as well. This means your body should be able to hold more energetics. You more than likely look younger. Your brain functions faster. Your body is moving and flow. You know how people they're like, oh my God, I hit 40 and now I can't do anything or whatever. Absolutely not. Not in the path of enlightenment. Your body expands and grows and up levels right along with the energetics, but we have to raise the energetics first. Then we must work on the body. Okay. So we never in this life, enlightenment is not by any means reaching a certain level of energetics and releasing the physical body. That is passing to the other side. That's transitioning. If we're reaching enlightenment, the body must grow with us. And so we must be raising our energetics inside all aspects of ourself, all 5 aspects of ourself. You have to shift those energetics. So this is where healing comes into play. This is where working on your energetics. This is where paying attention to any low vibrational frequencies that you're connecting to. This is really about doing your due diligence about the energetics that you allow in your life, as well as how you navigate through life. It's absolutely going to determine the level of your energetics and required to expand. That means we want to pay attention to what the universal energy is doing, how it's making us feel, what it's bringing to our awareness, who's showing up in our life, what we're participating in, what we're being forced to do. That's going to show us exactly what we need to do as an individual in order to raise those energetics, okay? Number 4, on this path, you absolutely must be tapping into consciousness. That means beyond the things that you were taught, the things that you were learned, and the things that you experience. Consciousness has nothing to do with your opinions, to do with your beliefs, to do with the things that you know. It is outside of yourself. It is outside of yourself. Now, there is a soul consciousness that exists within inside, way deep within inside your soul, that you absolutely can tap into as well. They're both phenomenal. Consciousness does not exist within inside of the mind. doesn't exist within inside the brain. This is incredibly important. This helps you to understand what is truth, what the path actually looks like, what you should be sharing, what your message is, what is powerful, what's for the highest good, all those things that exists inside consciousness. Consciousness is available to every single person. One of the things that I speak about a lot, you probably heard me say it, is that I know a lot of people who will say, like, they'll complain that somebody's copying them on their message, or like one person saying the same thing as the other person. And we'll have this narrative that all of the truths of the world have already been discovered and we're just regurgitating them. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is absolutely a limitation in a conform to what we want you to believe. There's so many different realizations and consciousnesses and ideas and ways of doing things and ways of being that exist far beyond our understanding of them and our realization of them, that we have the ability to tap into if we so allow ourselves to do it. So this tapping into this consciousness is absolutely a requirement, okay? And I don't care what you call the consciousness. You call it whatever you want. You can name it, you call it God, you can call it whatever you want. But tapping into a greater consciousness that exists within inside of energetics is a requirement. From there, you start to open your psychic abilities. Now we are on step number 5. And although your psychic abilities can absolutely be opened, and they could open anywhere along this way, and they should be, we still have to navigate through this path. It doesn't, just because we open our psychic abilities doesn't mean you have to do all the things above. I still do all the things above, and I am a phenomenal psychic. Okay. So tapping into and opening your psychic abilities comes naturally when you've done all the other things. They come naturally. The reason I can open up and activate people's psychic abilities is because I can pull them. I can energetically force them out of their own head. I can physically raise their consciousness in the moment, and I can help them to access psychic abilities. It's not hard. That's what I do. But you have to be able to sustain it, not me. That's why people will say, I channel so much better in your energetics. I get downloads when I'm hanging out with you. There's something about your energy that allows me to like see things differently. It's the energetics. So you are required to be able to open your psychic abilities, and it will happen naturally. From there, you are being asked to master and embody these gifts on a very deep level. Not just be like, oh, you know what? I need an answer. Let me go talk to a guide. But you're supposed to be living connected to this consciousness, living in that understanding of what has been shared with you. What have you been able to what you've been able to tap into? This is absolutely a requirement. It's not a skill. Psychic abilities are not a skill. I cannot stress that enough. It is an evolution of the soul and of your experience here on earth that has to happen. That would be like me saying that you can't use your nose to smell things as long as you have the ability to smell. I know there are always circumstances, okay? But generally speaking, most humans can smell with their nose. That would be like me being like, plug your nose wherever you go, unless you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll smell this. Maybe I'll smell it. It doesn't happen that way. Or walk around with your eyes closed until you bump into something and then be like, oh, maybe I should open my eyes to see what that is. That's what we think. Absolutely. You should be embodying and mastering your psychic skills at all times. Then you should be able to give them back to the world. You should be able to then understand how this embodiment practice that you've done, releasing of the things that you need to shed, connecting deep within inside of your soul, expanding your energetics, tapping into consciousness, using your psychic gifts, embodying them. What does that now mean in your leadership? What does that now mean in the work that you're here to do? So here's another thing. A lot of people think that, oh my God, I tapped into my psychic skills. I must be a psychic reader and do sessions. No, absolutely not. You should be able to take this beautiful expansion of who you are as a soul. Otherwise, it means that every single soul came here to do psychic readings, and that's kind of weird. It's not how it would happen. That'd be like me saying that every single person who learns to cook, which I'm not saying it's everybody on the planet, but it's a lot of people, you all now need to go be chefs. That would be ridiculous. You would be like, wait, what? That would be, no, I don't want to do that. Just because you open up your psychic abilities doesn't mean you're supposed to be a psychic reader. It means you're supposed to bring this new level of being, because that's what it is. Psychic is just embodiment. As long as you do it in the right way and not just tap into your guides or pull cards or get a word and be like, I got the word create. I don't know what it means, but I heard it and it's for you. You do what you want with it. I see a lot of psychics doing that. If you truly embody your psychic gifts, you should be able to incorporate them into every aspect of your life. I don't care what your profession is. And that is going to elevate what your profession is. One of the things that has been very clear, one of the things that I encourage everyone to do is find what your special path in life is, because everybody has one. I know for me, my special path in life is to lead those here who are here for global impact, who are here to be those phenomenal next level leaders, to be able to move forward in life in their highest level, at that highest standard, making the deepest amount of changes because they have navigated through this incredibly expansive and enlightened path that they're here to live. And so much of that includes psychic abilities. Again, remember, energetics, communicating, intuition, whatever you want to call it, but this higher level of consciousness. And I take my job super seriously. When people come in and have an interaction with me, they're led to me, they feel that pull. It's because they are here as well to do something truly phenomenal. The majority of my clients who I've taken through psychic development, through healing, through growing their business are because they are here for a global impact. And if you are here for a global impact as well, you have to get on this journey. You have to get on this path at whatever level you can. And I'm going to share a couple levels with you. All of my psychic development courses are absolutely open for enrollment. Okay. And I want you guys to post your questions below. I'm going to answer your questions that you have. So post all of your questions. But all of my psychic courses are open for enrollment. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about them because I have them on every level. And I will tell you, I've seen people have shared with me other people's psychic courses, and so much of other people's psychic courses and all that they hold is held within inside one module of my course. That is how big it is. I take you into understanding everything. Not only do I take you on this path that I shared with you, I also take you into the depths of energetics to truly understand this. So my foundations level is called The Shift. This is a 6-month program with me, and it's not just learning. Okay. I will share with you. One of my clients said to me the other day, she has a master's degree, and she shared with me the other day, she said, she left me a Voxer, and she said, do you know that your program has been the hardest and the most amount of work and energy and effort and time that I've ever put into any amount of learning or skills? And I have a master's degree. I have never been challenged the way I have at the work that you do. That is a level of expectation that I have. I hold myself to it. And I promise you, there is nowhere else in the entire world you will learn more about energetics or psychic abilities than inside of my programs. The shift takes you through the foundations of it. I don't care what level you're at. I have people who've been psychic for years who are like, I need the shift. It teaches you on the path that we taught. It teaches you about energetics. First, it teaches you how to maintain your own energetics, how to be able to handle the things that come at you, helps you to understand what embodiment of psychic gifts. You talk to guides. We bring in different guides. You learn how to heal on a foundational level. We travel through the different realms. You understand specifically what you are here to do as a soul. And I walk you through the process. It is not just a lesson. You do not just watch a lesson. Are there lessons? Yes. But you also get personal coaching with me on our group calls. And the phenomenal thing that happens is I teach you how to do something, and then I make sure you can do it. So if I want you to read the energetics around this crystal, which everyone can do, and there is a truth to it, you can be wrong. You can be wrong reading the energetics around this crystal. And that's the thing. Everybody's like, it's like a thing. It's like whatever I get is right. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There are absolutely right answers and there are wrong answers. And I will tell you, you have a wrong answer. I'll show you why you have the wrong answer, and I'm going to show you how to get the right one. And I'm going to watch how you connect with energy. I'm going to watch how the energy moves through your body. I'm going to watch how you're supposed to connect with energy because everybody does it differently. And I'm going to teach you how to master your way. That's what I do. It's not just a course. It is an entire life restructuring to truly understand and embody and reach that a higher level of energetics, of self-awareness, of consciousness, and of psychic skills that I promise you nobody else is teaching. And I know this because all of my students come from other teachers and they say nobody teaches it like this. Nobody teaches it. Okay. Now, the second aspect, and that's the shift. 6 months working together with me. There's a private group, there's private Voxer. It's literally like, my clients call it Carrie University. Like you might get sick of seeing my face and hearing my voice. That is how much we interact. It's absolutely how much we interact. The second level is my Master Psychic Mastermind. There is nothing like this in the world. I teach things that people aren't even talking about. There is no restriction as to what I will teach inside that program. I will take you through what you're supposed to be doing in this life as a master psychic. This means embodiment, sharing your gifts, leading in this energy, being the master at what you do. I am the master at what I do. Phenomenal. Nobody better at what I do, but you are the master at what you do, and I can show you how to be the master. I have clients that are so phenomenal at what they do. They are the leaders in their industry and their skills and how they do. And I know how to do it, so I can teach you. I can see the energetics, so I can teach you. I can help you to understand it. I can help you to embody new levels of energy so you become the master at your skill, whatever that is, in whatever way. If that means embodying your psychic abilities in your business, embodying them in your life, accessing new levels of energetics, new realms, new frequencies, new ways of healings, all that. And I'm going to share, I have so much to share with you guys tomorrow too, okay? This is just day one. Inside of the Master Psychic Mastermind, that's what we do. It is a year commitment of hanging out with me. We meet at least 6 times a month. You also have access, not to the shift because you should already do that, but if there's something inside of that that you don't understand, I'm going to give you access to. But you have access to all of the psychic programs, if you're inside my Master Psychic Mastermind, that I teach throughout the year, and I have a ton of them coming at you. From my Master Healer program, which teaches you how to heal on an entirely different level. I teach you how to heal energetics, how to heal the physical body. Phenomenal. It's real healing work, not mindset work. We do that as well, but it's not mindset, it's healing. And you have access to that. You have access to a new program that's called the Channel that I'm launching. You will have access to psychic parents. You have access, anything that I teach, pure power, so many levels of access inside it, because I want you to be the best at what you do. And I'm going to give you every resource possible to be the best at what you do. There's pre-recorded lessons. I teach new ones. So you get to do everything. There's a ton of pre-recorded lessons inside of the Master Psychic, which allows me in order to be able to teach new things. There's so many people that I see playing small in their psychic abilities. I see it all the time. And I think that it's sad because they think they're really, really good. And I have had people recently reach out to me and be like, can you explain your programs? And I explain the master, because they are phenomenal psychics. And I explain the Master Psychic Mastermind to them. They're like, oh, wow, I'm going to do the shift, because they're not ready for that level. It's a high level, but I'll tell you what, if you're here to be a master psychic in this world and have no restrictions as to what you can do, that is the program for you, okay? The other one, okay, that is super important, and that is at my lowest investment rate, and all these are at the lowest investment rate, all the prices go up. The lowest investment one that I had that will walk you through this path is absolutely my membership. The shift is not included inside my membership. The shift is you get to work privately with me. Inside my membership, you don't. I teach a lot of courses, but it absolutely will take you through this path that I described. Inside my membership, there's alignment work, there's energetic work, there's healing programs, there are psychic development programs, there are business growth programs, and that right now starts at $99 a month for 3 months. Then it goes up to the normal price of $199. So all of these are absolutely on sale. I'm also selling my open for enrollment is my Master Healer program, where I teach you the foundations and the power behind truly healing, shifting energetics, removing things that are connected to people's energy, healing the past, restructuring the future. There's 2 levels of my Master Healer. I also teach physical healing inside of them. I have healed cancer without medical intervention. I have healed autoimmune disorders without intervention. I have stopped someone from going blind without any medical intervention. I have healed broken bones. I heal everyday common things. I've healed animals. When it comes to healing, I can tell you anything and show you anything how to do that. And I do that inside my Master Healer program. All of these programs are open for enrollment and they all have special Black Friday pricing until the 30th. If you want any more details on any of them or you want the links, and the reason this is so important is because 2025 is requiring this. It's absolutely requiring you, especially leaders. If you're here to make a global impact, the universe is literally picking you up and moving you forward. Can you do this in 3 years? Can you do this in 4 years? Absolutely. But I'll tell you what, after 2025, we're going back into another cycle, which means we are going back through like the last 7 years that we've been in. 2025 holds a very unique and special energetics that takes you into a place that allows you to be the most expansive at the fastest rate, creating the biggest impact and redefining yourself as a leader. And all the spaces open up. If you recognize, if you actually do your due diligence, a lot of the leaders of the past that have created phenomenal paths for us to walk, they have opened doors for us. They have been truly transformational, have either passed or are stepping down, and they're making space because new leaders are being asked to step forward. And those leaders will all be required to be psychic and connect with the energetics because that is the path of the soul. So I want to answer any of the questions. I saved a flight from being, I know, and I have a post about it. Don't share the secrets yet, but Lisa did. Lisa is one of my amazing clients I've worked with for a couple of years now. She's gone through the shift twice. She actually opted to take it twice because of how powerful the shift is and how much information you learn. You can't absorb all the information in the shift in a 6-month period. I promise you. She was in my Master Psychic program, and now her and I work private, and she did Master Healer. Her and I work privately together to continue to expand her abilities. And we have a really fun story I'm going to share. Master Psychic is amazing, a complete transformation. It's absolutely made it. What is the channel program going to be about? I am not describing the channel program yet. That will come probably about in April. So it's kind of a secret, but the channel, it's going to be teaching something very profound. The shift, Master Psychic, Master Healer, all amazing. Caroline is also one of my clients. I've always felt for me, I was supported and make a global impact of some sort. Yeah. And a lot of people feel that. And so now is the time to say, you know what? I'm no longer going to be like, I think I'm supposed to make a global impact. I know I'm supposed to, but maybe I'm not ready. That is a limitation. And that is the ego speaking. It is the energetics. Source consciousness is calling leaders to the front. The people who are supposed to make that global impact, that you're being called forward. If you feel it, that is absolutely a message. Any advice how to hold intention for a longer time while doing meditations? I would release the need, for one, I would release the need to have to hold that intention, because oftentimes when we have to, our body starts tensing up. So I invite you to like completely just focus on continuing to relax the body. You can repeat a mantra, absolutely powerful, or tap into your heart space and just work a little at a time. Every single time you get like 30 seconds, celebrate that. Every single time you get, 5 seconds, celebrate that. It's going to continue to expand. One of the things you can also do, and I did a podcast on this. My most recent podcast helps you to connect to your soul. It launched on Monday, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it tells you how to connect to your soul. And in there's some really key indicators on how to connect to that soul, which will help you with the meditation and the mindfulness as well. I have to jump off. This has been so freaking amazing, Carrie. Lit up and feeling so aligned in everything you're talking about. You're amazing. The path of the psychic is the path of the soul. Yes. Preach. Everything happens for a reason. How can we upgrade our bodies? Lots of different ways you can upgrade your body, and lots of things that we're doing on a daily basis, especially this path. This path that I share for you will absolutely upgrade your body because we're releasing the heaviness. Any single time you release a heaviness, a limitation, a fear, anything like that, you're up leveling your body. So your job is to look at what is heaviness within inside your body. So healing, alignment work, readjusting what you're taking into your body, what you're listening to. I have a free guide that's called 101 Ways to Raise Your Vibration. I will have my team stick it in the Transcendence group, and you guys can grab that. It's a PDF of 101 ways to raise your vibration. This is how to begin to upgrade your bodies, but also the healing work is so important, and restructuring the energetics within inside your body is what we talk about in the Master Healer as well. I'm definitely a leader. Yes, you are. Just watch your 2025 energy reading. 2025 energy reading was amazing. It's my first masterclass. Excited to be here, connecting and learning live with everybody. Amazing. Do you get lifetime access to the bigger programs? You get lifetime access to the shift. The psychic mastermind is you stay in it for a year and you have access to it there within inside of it. You don't have lifetime access. The more that you're in the master psychic mastermind, it's revolving, it's always going, it's a mastermind. You have access to all the information in there. And once you finish your first year, there's like alumni prices. So, but the shift, you have access to all of that lifetime. How much are healers and psychics class? So my master healer course is $8,888. It's a 6-month course together. The psychic my master psychic mastermind is $18,000. It's going up to $22,000 and then $25,000. There's monthly payments throughout the year. The shift right now is $7,777. Again, they're all going up on Sunday. And they're big investments because your time in these are big. Remember what my client said about she has never has been in any programs. Here's the information, learn it. It's not how I work. It's not how I work at all. Mainly because I do not want you doing readings for people and being like, Carrie taught me and all your information is wrong. Absolutely not. If my name is going to be on anything, it is going to be the highest of standards, the highest of integrity, and you're going to be phenomenal at what you do. Phenomenal. And I will make sure of it. And it's very intensive. It feels, and I don't know, my clients can chime in here because some of them are on the call, but there are times that it feels that it's very personable. Like everything is very, like I tailor it to the individual person. It's not a group program that everyone has to learn the same thing. You're learning the general understanding of things. But the way in which you would learn or the way in which you work with energetics is incredibly tailored. I don't know anybody else who does this in a group or a mastermind feel. So I give one-on-one attention on every single coaching call or every single practical we do. You get one-on-one attention, hands down, all the time. It never doesn't happen. Unless like there have been times that somebody didn't speak up or it's been like a lesson, like they asked something, I didn't see it. But for the most part, you get 100%, and you will not walk out of there. You will be at the level that you're supposed to when you walk out of that program. You are guaranteed results in these programs. I think it is just not sure how to and where to start. This is where you want to start. This is where you want to start for sure. This call with me lit up. I'm so excited. And I'll exhaust myself in my job. I guess I just need to really focus on the shift. Well, inside of the shift, the program that I teach you how to manage your own energetics. That is a foundation of being a psychic. If you cannot tell me what your energetics are doing, why they're doing it, and how you can shift it and be able to shift it, you cannot call yourself a master psychic. It's the first thing I look at every day. You know how like we brush our teeth, we do our hair, you can do your makeup, you get dressed. You should be paying just as much, if not more, attention to your energetics every single day as a psychic, every day. Thanks for doing this. You're so welcome. It's very personalized for sure. Are there limited spaces in the shift? How big is the group? They are. That's such a great question. There are limited spaces. I do keep it to a very limited amount because you do have such personal one-on-one space for me. There are only inside of the shift, there are only about 4 or 5 spots left in the shift. Inside of the Master Psychic, there are only 6 spots left inside of the Master Psychic. I keep it very small and very personable because I have to hold all of the energetics plus watch everything that you're doing at all times. And so I keep it very personal. So I don't allow more than a certain number to come in. And there is like, I can close it at any time and be like, we're done. This is the amount. This is the group I like, and we're going to move forward with it. And every single person who's ever taken the shift, like, and Master Psychic, but the shift, this is round number 5 of it. And I've been teaching psychic development since 2017. So I'm phenomenal at teaching how to be a psychic and what to do. But I changed it a little bit. I restructured it in 2022, 2021, 2022. So this is round 5 of the shift. It's the second round of the Master Psychic, but I changed it a little bit. It's a mastermind, open enrollment mastermind. So it's a little bit different. You get what you need, not necessarily what you think you want sometimes. Yes, exactly. You get I work in the highest good. So you might be like, Carrie, I need you to do this. And I'll be like, this is what we're doing. So I lead you on that path that I speak about. I don't just speak about this stuff, I live this stuff and I bring it into my teachings, every single thing. Okay. This shift helped me understand what I was already great at so that I could do it even better and also add more layers. Amazing. Yes. And this is what this is about. I'm not trying to my job is not to make mini versions of myself. I 100% will never do it. Will not teach you. Some things I don't even teach the way I do them. I just don't, because they're my specific way of doing it. I teach the way you're supposed to do it. I help you be the most amazing version of who you are meant to be and reach levels that you never imagined you could reach. And I can see them for everybody. There's not a single person that I've connected with that I've been like, oh my God, they're the best at what they're supposed to do. Absolutely not. I can always see what that next level is, including myself. I can see what those next levels are. I'm always working towards those next levels. And I can see that for people, and I take them where they want to go and where they're ready to reach every time. And I don't skip steps. I don't skip steps because I'm not creating a future where psychics aren't respected or psychics aren't able to hold the mass amount of energetics that they need to. Okay. Amazing, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, we are meeting tomorrow. We have another full masterclass tomorrow, and it starts at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am super excited to be able to share new stuff with you, more stuff with you tomorrow. Get ready to learn, get ready to have deeper understandings. And oh, I also have one more thing. If you share any part of this masterclass publicly on your stories, on your post, you tag me in it. I'm going to enter you into a drawing. I almost said that weird. Drawing for a 30-minute Zoom session with me. One person is going to win that, and I will be pulling the drawing after. You have time tomorrow to do it as well. So I'd love for you to share this. What's your biggest realization from it? Anything. If you do it and tag me or share it, and my team and I have to see it to put your name into a drawing, and you can do it as many times as you want. You'll have more entries in the drawing. I'm going to do a 30-minute session, guidance session with one person. I'm going to pick them out, and we'll do the guidance session before the end of the year. So I'll get you in my calendar. Okay. So I'd love for you guys to share it, tag me in it, all that kind of stuff. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 2 of this beautiful, amazing masterclass.